It's coffee break. Wow. Okay.
Back from our week off.
Yep, our 1 week off. We needed the week. Thank you for giving it to us.
Back in with a bunch of really exciting stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun coffee break. You can already tell. We're gonna kick this right off with The Last of Us Season 2. It will begin on April 13th.
Oh.
So it's right around the corner.
Really soon.
Yeah.
This year is stacked with shows.
The shows are just popping up out of the ground.
They are.
Like
no commercials or trailers or nothing.
I saw like a weird banner that told me that Reacher Season 3 had started. Mm-hmm. And then that's when we started watching it last week. It just appeared on Wednesday.
Yeah. These things are just happening.
Yeah. We'll talk about Reacher. Yeah, The Last of Us Season 2. I was kind of curious about it because I'm like, it's not the whole game.
No.
It was unique that they fit the whole game in the first season.
Yes.
I wouldn't have done that.
I had to cut a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I would have cut it in half.
Yeah.
And then you've got Abby showing up. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see her.
Yeah, I'm nervous and excited. Because like the first season was so good, I'm worried it won't be nearly as good as season 1.
It's got to end with Joel's death, right?
Well, I don't know. How are we gonna? I don't know. Are we gonna do like both perspectives at the same time?
Probably.
Or is it gonna be one season, the other season?
Why would we do it like that?
I don't know. That's how they did the It movies. Stephen King's It.
Did they?
Yeah, the most recent ones that came out. It was the child half first, and then the adult half second.
Oh, that's what you mean.
In the book, you were going back and forth the entire time.
Yeah, it's probably really confusing.
It made certain things make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, one of the things I'm more curious about with The Last of Us is I know it's not the full game, but they also talked about Season 4, saying they might need to extend this story out into Season 4. And I'm like, the second game is a much longer story. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more stuff going on in it. I don't think you need 3 seasons to tell that story.
Yeah, like think about like we just said, they cut a lot of stuff from season 1, but it was still a good season.
Yes.
Like you could have added more, but it was perfectly good, tightly put together story as is. Mm-hmm. And I think you just need to know when to cut things out.
Well, it was one of those where like every episode had something cool and different going on. Mm-hmm. You know. So yeah, I'm excited to see season 2.
Me too.
Warner Brothers closed down Monolith Games and canceled their Wonder Woman game.
Yeah.
Monolith is known for creating Shadow of Mordor and the Nemesis system.
Which is so crazy. Why?
And then there was a comic book writer who was working on the Wonder Woman game with them as like a consultant. And they came forward and they said it was a shame that this got destroyed because it was like a beautiful, expansive game about the Themysciran lore.
Dang. And it would have been cool.
Oh, yeah. People would have been all over that.
Would have been cool Amazon warrior fighting monsters and whatever.
But don't forget, Warner Brothers also killed Batgirl a few years ago.
And
the Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah. And they've just been making all kinds of garbage decisions.
Yes, they have.
This thing that sounds really cool and everyone is screaming at us that they want, throw it away. This garbage no one wants, make 700 of them.
I don't even... Why don't you just sell it?
You would think.
What are you going to do with that Nemesis system that they won't allow anyone else to have? They're just going to sit on that? They have been?
It's my IP to sit on and do nothing with.
Yeah, come on. Just hand it off to someone else. Yeah. Sell it for whatever it's worth.
I think we're staring down the barrel of the end of Warner Brothers, quite frankly.
Well, you remember back a few years ago where there was talks of Disney thinking about buying them too? Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I guess if somebody did.
I don't know if I want Disney to have them.
I would want Paramount to do it.
I don't want Disney to have, because I don't want them to have DC and Marvel. They haven't really done great with Marvel.
Well, Netflix has Pokemon, so it's even.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
No, that would suck, and especially the way they've been treating Marvel.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I wouldn't want them touching my DC boys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a bummer. I really enjoyed the Lord of the Rings games. They're awesome. Mm-hmm. And I was hoping they would make a third one.
I know.
But no, they decided to just kill the whole thing. Fable got pushed back till next year.
What?
This was 2025 was his original window.
It was not. The original window was nebulously any time in the future.
So I went back through the history and I was like, when was the first time they showed us this game? 2020.
It was, yep. I distinctly remember where we
Yep.
were living. I remember watching the trailer and being like, you know what? This looks kind of cool.
That
and
pre-rendered trailer.
Yes.
It's not going to look like anything from the game.
No.
They were showing off pre-alpha footage.
Yeah.
And I was like, pre-alpha?
It's like
and
this-
you're a year away?
Basically just like does this look neat? We're not going to keep any of it.
It's Microsoft.
Yeah. Good
They
old
they make
Microsoft.
nothing but good decisions. American companies make nothing but good Americans make nothing but good decisions. Ghost, the Peacock?
Yes. That sitcom about the ghosts.
No, Paramount.
Paramount, yes.
CBS.
I get them mixed up constantly.
So Ghost got renewed for another season, which will tie with its UK counterpart for 5 seasons each.
Yes.
This-
Is this the last season, though?
No confirmation on that.
I don't think it is. I think they would announce if it was the final season.
Yeah.
We're trying to get caught up on season 4.
Yeah, we started up. It's fine.
It's Ghost. It's what I come to expect by this point.
I would say there's a better show on TV right now.
Yes.
But good for them. I'm glad that Ghost keeps going. Spider-Man got delayed by a week. Spider-Man 4. To avoid box office matchup with Odyssey, which those films would star Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah. He
And
is going to be an Odyssey.
The tabloids were trying to make this like a Barbenheimer.
They're so desperate for that again.
Another one. I know. It's just like, it's not going to work. Stop it.
The thing is, if a corporation does it, it's not cool. Barbenheimer was entirely, consumer made. Audiences came up with that. Every time a corporation tries to do something, it's instantly lame.
Yeah. The tryhards. I don't think a week is enough. And those who are going to watch the Odyssey probably don't care about Spider-Man.
Or, you get a double up on Tom Holland stuff.
Yeah.
1 week you go see one, the next week you go see the
Yeah,
other.
if you're a Tom Holland fan, this is amazing.
This is going to be a great time for Tom Holland.
Yes. Which I'm going to guess this might be kind of the end of his acting career.
Why would you think that?
Well, he's been talking about having kids, and he said if he had kids, he would stop acting to focus on them.
Fair.
And he just got engaged. And I'm like, oh, he's saying this for a reason. You know?
He never really did the Hollywood scene.
No.
He doesn't go to the parties or anything.
Nope. You know what he does?
He stays at home.
He golfs.
He golfs?
That's his passion.
That's weird.
That's his thing. He golfs.
That kid golfs?
Yep.
Ugh.
Spider-Man. Just sitting at Pebble Beach.
Spider-Man golfs? No.
More Marvel news. There's plenty going on here. Marvel is reportedly looking into how to add the rest of the Defenders into the MCU. That's Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist.
Good luck. They didn't even work well as individual TV shows. I liked them. I liked
Whoa.
Iron Fist.
Okay, what is it? Iron Fist Season 1 is terrible, but Iron Fist Season 2 is really good. Luke Cage Season 1 is great. Season 2, no. Jessica Jones was pretty solid throughout. I enjoyed both seasons.
None of them did nearly as well as Punisher ever did, or Daredevil especially.
I would say Punisher's at the bottom of that list.
Yeah, Punisher ended. It had
Yeah.
2 seasons, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Well, speaking of the Punisher, he will appear in Daredevil Born Again. We all know this,
Yes.
right? He weirdly wasn't at the premiere. John Benthal.
He was probably busy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess you're probably being a chef somewhere, right?
Hanging out with the dog.
or he's talking to assassins, because that's always his other side role. But Marvel's going to bring back the Punisher for a little featurette, very similar to Werewolf by Night
Nice.
or the Guardians Holiday Special.
Good. They set that up to it was be a thing, and then they didn't do anything with it.
I know.
And I'm like, I still love Werewolf by Night. The black and white version. Don't bother with color. It doesn't add anything.
Yeah, the color ruins it. And the Guardians Holiday Special is pretty fun.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Downright cute.
But they abduct Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And you get to see Mantis do that creepy, wall crawl, jumping.
You get to see a lot of Mantis being pure Mantis.
Yeah, comic book accurate Mantis, which I was like, ugh. Live action Tangled movie is rumored to have casted or wants to cast Timothy Chalamet as Flynn Rider.
Okay, I could see it.
Why?
Because he's popular. He just won
He's not doing it.
He just won a huge award. No, God no. He won this gigantic, like super, like respectable honor award for his role for
Bob?
Yeah, Bob Dylan.
Yeah, a complete unknown.
He's not going to turn around and be live action Disney schlop.
Yeah. I'm amazed that they didn't even like throw Zachary Levi in there.
Oh God, no! He's old.
I know he's old.
He's so old now. He could not.
But just have them come back as their character. It's a dumb idea. Now that I say it.
It would be funny because in the movie they never got the wanted poster right. If the wanted posters looked like all the guys who aren't getting cast, that'd be funny. And one of them was like Zachary Levi. One of them was Timothy Chalamet.
Zachary Levi holding a purple crayon.
Yeah, it's drawn in purple. No, I don't think he would do it.
No.
But it's not a bad idea. But I don't think so.
Tangled live action? Sure, I guess. I still want to see Stitch. And
yeah, nervous.
I was reading Rachel Zegler,
Yeah.
who acted along with Zachary Levi in the world famous
She sure did.
Shazam 2.
Yes, yep.
She was blaming that like the hang up with this live action Snow White is because so many people are comparing it to the original.
Honey, no.
And I was like, what about all the horrible things you said?
Like, first of all, of course they're going to compare it to the original.
That's what we're supposed to do.
How derivative work like this works.
Yeah.
We can't help it. Second, you would not shut up about how, like, garbage terrible you thought Snow White was.
Mm-hmm.
like, you tainted it right from the get-go.
I can't imagine this movie doing too well after its first week.
No.
Like, all the Disney parents will go. Mm-hmm. They'll drag their little kids.
Yep.
You know, the little kids will always be the reason why they're going to go see it. Besides the Disney freaks.
I feel like kids' perception of this movie is going to be similar to my perception of things like Ella Enchanted or Bridge to Terabithia, where it's one of the it's CG heavy, and as you grow up, you sit there and go, "Oh, I watched that. That was weird."
Mm-hmm. There were some weird choices made back then in the early 10s.
Always Disney. Both of those were Disney movies, I'm pretty sure.
They used to make gambles like that.
Yeah, they could afford to.
They still could.
They could.
They don't do that, though.
It's Disney.
It is just a sequel or a remake.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing.
Ugh.
So, yeah, anyways, we're moving on. Blooper, who created the Silent Hill remake, has signed on to do another game with Konami. We don't know what the game is, but fingers crossed, Silent Hill 4, The Room.
Cool.
What do you think?
I would be into it. I don't know The Room well.
I played it a long time ago.
Yeah, that's like a lot of my Silent Hill knowledge is like from my college days.
When were you playing Silent Hill in college?
I didn't, but Allison is really in love with Silent Hill, so she would just sit there and talk about it at me, and I would osmosis the information, and not a lot of it has stuck in my brain.
You should play Silent Hill 2.
I'm bad at horror games.
It's not, well, it's a horror game. It's just easy. Well, okay.
Yeah, it is.
You're just trying to quit.
It's also, I guess I don't have a gun in this one.
You do.
But you're not supposed to kill things.
What?
Yeah, you did it wrong.
I killed everything.
And you wonder why you got that ending.
I deserve that ending. You couldn't play that game being a pacifist. You have to kill bosses.
Well, yeah. I can't aim. Whenever I'm wielding a gun in a video game, I have zero aiming skills. I overshoot it constantly.
How?
I'm cursed.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I hope it's another Silent Hill. Just a remake. Mm-hmm. I do want an original Silent Hill, and I know Silent Hill F is somewhere out there.
Somewhere in the void with Fable. Is that what the F stands for?
Wait, is that Elder Scrolls? And Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, just I would think that Silent Hill F will be announced more properly this summer.
Do a remake and then a new thing and then a remake and then a new thing.
Well, I think Blooper's gonna have to take their time if they're remaking something.
Probably.
They took a lot of time to do Silent Hill 2.
And now they gotta step up. They gotta do even better than that. And that one was pretty
No.
received.
You guys can keep it the same, actually. Don't try to overdo it, because that one was really good. You know, it's not Resident Evil 2 remake level.
Well, it's better than Resident Evil 3 remake.
And that's correct. The evil Galactic Emperor, Kathleen Kennedy, is expected to step down from Lucasfilm later this year.
Hooray! I'm excited. I don't hate her like other people do.
What?
But I do think having some new ideas would be very beneficial, not only for Star Wars but for many companies.
You like Baby Yoda and Mando?
Yeah, get that a million more times.
We're not gonna make another season. We'll make a trilogy of films.
Yeah, I like how it's always a trilogy of films. It's that's infinitely more work.
Godzilla, the one I just reviewed, Sony was planning to do a trilogy of movies. And it's you need to step right on the first one, but you can leave things open for it, right?
Yeah.
Look at Pirates. They kind of left some things open for it.
Mm-hmm.
But when they made it, it wasn't really intended to be a franchise. They wanted it to be a franchise, but they had to make sure the movie was good. Mm-hmm. Planning for a trilogy and yet haven't made the first one? Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I bet it's because they look at probably Lord of the Rings or things like that, and they're that one was a successful trilogy. And it's that one was... He paid out of pocket for most of that.
Who?
Peter.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he paid for a lot of expenses.
Okay.
It was... if it didn't work, it would have been disastrous for him.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them. Lord of the Rings, he's already got the books that Tolkien wrote, right? Tolkien being one of the greatest writers of all time. There's a reason why it's a trilogy. He went through, he figured out the path that they're going to take, where to make those cuts, those decisions. What's in this book? What's in this book? What's in this book? What doesn't come?
It was something we were talking about in our most recent rewatch of the trilogy, because we watch it multiple times a year. we recently rewatched it, and with Fellowship, we were talking about how it really doesn't follow the 3-act structure.
No.
It almost feels like a couple of episodes stitched together. You just binged a season of something. Because there's something going, happening, and resolving regularly throughout the whole movie.
Well, they're resolving as they're moving on to the next problem. Which, it does feel a little episodic without that cutting.
Yeah. And it works. It works really well.
It does.
I love that movie.
Probably one of the greatest films ever made. So, Star Wars. I had a little heart-to-heart with myself yesterday after seeing some Andor stuff. Because I never finished Andor, and I don't like Rogue One. I'll have to do a review to explain myself why I really don't like Rogue One.
There's a lot.
There is. But it comes from the heart. The thing is, canceling The Acolyte, I loved The Acolyte.
Yeah.
People loved it. This is the story we wanted.
Making Skeleton Crew... just in general.
And it's a success.
And the direction they went with it. Yeah, we just need new ideas.
Well, the Rey movie, the Jedi Order, New Jedi Order is what it's being called.
Yeah.
It's going nowhere. The writers are no, we're done. And it's so why'd you announce this? That's one of the biggest problems with her.
Yes.
We all agree. She keeps announcing movies that aren't happening.
Yeah.
That Mandalorian trilogy, I expect one movie. And that's only because Jon Favreau is behind it and Dave Filoni. They'll make a movie that'll be fun. And then they'll be no more. We're going to move on to something else.
Yeah. These old CEOs get so caught up in their old ways. And... clearly, it's not working. We are in desperate need of new young ideas.
Kathleen Kennedy's so old. One of her earliest producing credits is E.T.
Ugh, ew. It's like, just stop. Get someone who's like under the age of 50 in here, for the love of God.
Yeah. Working with her is probably a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because she's probably those old Hollywood people who think they can just step on you and crush creativity.
They had this like weird behind the scenes thing after Mandalorian episodes where they were talking, and everyone she was on, she would just talk so much and really like try to insert herself into things. And it's like, you weren't a director. You didn't have a role to play.
That was the most... that was so upsetting. So there's multiple directors in that room with her.
Mm-hmm. Amazing
directors. Every time they open their mouth about Star Wars or filming in Star Wars, even Bryce Dallas Howard was interesting to listen to.
Like she really thought about how to like display the emotions of the scene.
She did a lot of the Skeleton Crew, but she's not the creator of the show.
Yeah.
The Skeleton Crew shot fine. Anyways, when Kathleen Kennedy was in there, you're right. She starts talking over them. She's stealing moments and scenes where we could have Taika Waititi tell us something very interesting.
Yeah.
Or Carl Weathers, which now we'll never get because she over-talked.
And she never had anything compelling to say either.
No.
It was so surface level, like, this is what I think. And it's like, I don't care what you think. I want to know what they did for their jobs.
She really doesn't know what Star Wars is.
No.
And honestly, I was thinking about it. Let's go back. Episode 7. From episode 7 to now, it's been nothing but ruined. There's small moments of light.
And then it's because, and you can tell what it is, she's like business minded. That's why she's overdone Grogu to hell and back, because, that's a business, make money off of that.
Yep.
Garbage. Have fun, Kathleen. I'm excited to see whoever takes up after you.
Yeah, I'd be interested too. I would hope it would be Dave Filoni or John...
I don't want Dave Filoni's the same problem. He's been around forever.
I know. Well, how do you describe him? He just wants to play with his action figure girl?
Yeah. His one favorite action figure that he made that happens to be popular.
Ahsoka. Hey, they're doing season 2 of Ahsoka.
I don't know how. It was so boring the first time.
Yeah, we'll see with Star Wars, but honestly, right now, I've sworn myself off. There's only 11 movies.
Mm-hmm.
No. I take that back. It's only 6. I just cut Kylo Ren right out of that.
That's a dang. That was not easy to do.
It wasn't. I love Kylo Ren.
I do like 7 still. It's not like high on my list, but it is.
You mean that fan fiction? The J.J. Abrams fan fiction trilogy? And you ready? John Lithgow, the AKA Trinity Killer from Dexter.
That's what you know John Lithgow from? Not Lord Farquaad?
Okay, if you've watched Dexter, you know who the Trinity Killer is, and he probably messed you up in a certain way. He messed me up.
Yeah.
Bawling my eyes out. I couldn't even... That was where I just stopped. What he did, that character, he plays him so maliciously. Well, I can never see that guy smile without thinking, he's going to murder my family.
Well, good thing, get comfy cozy.
Yep.
He's going to be the new Dumbledore.
For the TV adaptation of Harry Potter, HBO.
Apparently.
So, here's my issue. It's a British thing, right? Yeah. It's a British production. Yeah. It's a British story, British author, British children, British cast.
Is he going to be doing a British accent?
Well,
because he's American.
He's American and he's from New York. Yeah, is he going to do the accent or we're going to make Dumbledore an American? There's no way you could do that. You ruin it immediately.
I like John Lithgow.
Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal man.
He's probably going to nail Dumbledore, but is he going to do the accent?
I don't know. At this point, I'm ready for just it all to be the Wild West. Who even knows anymore? I don't think they know anymore.
Me either.
I feel like he's an accomplished enough actor he could do an accent.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's a weird choice, I'm going to say.
It is. And, Gary Oldman threw out the idea just being funny. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm old enough to play Dumbledore. And I was like, why don't you? I love you. You could be Dumbledore.
Gary, come back.
Gary, Gordon.
I'll be honest, I'm not too worried about Dumbledore. He doesn't do much in the first book. I don't think we're going to get very far in the series this time around.
Oh, dude, we're doing the whole thing. Come on.
Uh-huh.
And the cursed child.
For me, I need to go Hagrid, McGonagall, and Snape. And, what was his name? Voldemort's dude that he was attached to.
Oh, Quill.
Yeah.
Quill?
Quirrell?
Quarreling Quill?
I don't know if it was Quill or if he had an accent.
Carl.
Carl. Professor Carl. No, mostly it's McGonagall, Hagrid, and Snape, because they're pretty important characters. Dumbledore's important too, but I need to see all of them, you know?
Yeah. I want to see the kids.
Yeah.
That sounded creepy. I didn't mean it like that.
I'm not too...
I wanted to see them, their casting, what they're going to look like, because they have to be tiny, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Right, their first years. So what, they're 10?
I bet they're going to change their... Yes. 11? Something like that. I bet they're going to change their uniforms and wands slightly. So then the collectors have to rebuy all the new stuff.
Dude, I'm down for it. I'm so sick of the black with
They never
the
wore
striped.
it. Yes.
All houses have just their colors striped.
And it's never good stripes either.
No.
Like what's Hufflepuff's stripe color? Do you even know? What about
Hufflepuff is yellow.
And what's the other color? No one knows.
Blue?
I think it's blue. It could be black.
They would be the team that just wears black on yellow.
And everyone's like, dang, these are bumblebee colors. Oh, this isn't a badger at all.
No, do something cool where like the inside of their coats are also the sequence of the colors.
Yeah. Also less like flowy robes. Like I think we could do something a bit more fashion forward.
It is weird. I always thought it was weird how much they're like dresses.
Well, yeah, and then they just stopped wearing them after a while because they were dumb and ugly, and they just had like their like sweater vests and pants.
Yeah, there was. They wanted them to be hip. That's why they did that.
Yes. Also, I bet it was annoying wearing this gigantic, probably very warm, just draping cloak. And like, now run around and do action, and you're tripping over all the frills and everything.
Well, you would also think, do you really want those kids wearing those robes all the time? Or is that something that you would wear to class, on a Saturday?
I think, only for like events.
Yeah, it would be only for academic events. Mm-hmm. That's when, they made them wear way too much. Mm-hmm. Like that Halloween dinner. That was pointless.
That was.
It was.
It was a whole first 2 movies. Not even. In the second movie, he opened up his coat. Ron would ditch it sometimes. Hermione always wore it. I think.
Hermione got petrified. She had no option. So yeah, John Lithgow is going to be Dumbledore. I don't know what to do with that information, but I'm going to stick it in a special pocket.
I don't even know if I want to watch this. I'm so conflicted.
Well, they casted one guy, and you're like, I can't do it.
It's all of it. There's so many factors.
I'm still excited. And they got a top listing actor, so that's good. And he's an old white guy, so we got a few things right. Just nationality.
Yeah.
That's my biggest question now.
We'll see.
Yeah. Niantic is in talks with the developer Scooply.
Okay.
Who they're owned by Saudi Arabia people.
Sure.
Anyways, Scoopy makes Stubble Guys.
Stubble Guys?
I think it's Stumble Guys that I was trying to spell. And Monopoly Go, which is super popular.
Yeah. There was a whole ad with like Chris Pratt and everything.
And they want to buy Niantic's game part, right? So they're going to buy Pokemon Go. They're going to buy Monster Hunter Now.
Yeah.
Pikmin Bloom. That weird cat space game they made where you have your buddy.
Yeah, like Peridot or something like that.
They want that.
I don't like, a part of me is like, oh no, what could happen? And then the other part of me is like, nothing worse than what's happening now.
Honestly, Niantic, please sell it. Because it's the same crap over. You shouldn't. This morning on Pokemon Go, and I'm sure right now, as of the recording of this, for a little bit of this week because it's Pokemon week.
Yeah.
Right? You could just capture a Pokemon and then you get like 6 free legendaries.
Yes.
And 5 Genesects.
Free.
Just free.
With an asterisk. Because you're going to go through a million stupid Pokeballs.
Well, they're legendaries.
That doesn't matter. There's like, it took me like 5 minutes to catch one, and I'm sitting there staring at the giant chunk of others that it wants me to catch, and I'm like, I just can't be asked. I just can't be bothered.
You're just gonna let those legendaries rot?
I got the ones I didn't have. But I already had, like, Tornadus and Thundurus.
Okay.
I don't need them. What
Anyways,
am I doing?
That's the decisions that they're making with these games, and I think you could just do something more fun and creative.
Yes.
Instead of just the same thing over and over again.
And it's very much that.
It's
been that way for a long time.
You know, Monster Hunter now, they're doing a little different where, because they're adding trains, right, for which different environments monsters will come up in.
Yeah.
And seasonal monsters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool. Do that with Pokemon. They did.
And
they didn't.
And they don't. And everything is just like, oh, it's summer. Here's all your water types. It's like, I don't need the same water types. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Here's your love disc. No, we'll never do anything different. It's just love disc. Oh, it's Halloween. Here's your Spiritomb. No, we won't ever do anything different. It's just Spiritomb because we're boring.
That's true. So hopefully Niantic and Scooply work that out and they do sell it. I would be much more happier.
I would be into it. Like, it can't get worse.
I do actively play these games on a daily basis. You know. So when we were in the theaters, because we saw Captain America, we'll talk about Cap soon.
Yes.
We saw a trailer for a movie called Drop.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And if you were fortunate enough to see this trailer in the theaters, then you would know that the vibration of a phone repeatedly going throughout an entire trailer at the loudest Dolby could ever pump out is obnoxious.
It was so annoying.
And then they made music around the ringtone.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so upset.
Just every single sound effect was just grating. It was the worst.
It was.
And the premise of the movie was stupid too.
So the premise of the movie, this woman leaves her kid at home with the babysitter because she's got a blind date.
I guess.
She's got a date. It's in some fancy restaurant at the top of a tower. Of course. And he's a good-looking guy, and they sit by the window. And they're talking, everything's going good, and her phone starts ringing because she's getting drops.
Someone airdrops something onto her.
And then it's weird, creepy stuff. And as the trailer keeps going, you find out that basically whoever's airdropping her is toying with her. And wants her to do certain things in this restaurant, or they're going to hurt her kid. Yeah. And now there's a guy in the house trying to attack the kid. She starts having to deal and interact with the people in the restaurant.
Who? Because you can only airdrop from 50 feet away.
Yep.
Who could it be?
It's clearly the guy she's on a date with.
Obviously.
And
it's so obvious.
And as I'm looking at this premise, I was like, this reminds me a lot of another movie.
What, you don't think she wants to play a game?
Oh, I think she very much wants to play a game.
I want to play a game.
Yeah, it's just Saw. It's Saw for high schoolers. It's PG-13 Saw, and it's not even as clever as the first Saw.
It would be hilarious if she just never checked her phone. She just left it in her purse, and she put the purse on the ground, and she's just talking to him the entire time.
Yeah, what if she just turned it off?
I have your son. And then they're like waiting, and they're like, is she gonna...
Is it a bad day to do this? Did she pay her phone bill? It looks so bad. I have to watch it. Not in theaters. That's like a Sunday afternoon. Nothing's going on. You're editing something.
I gotta play Pokemon or something.
Yeah, the dogs don't want to hang out with me.
just watch something horrible.
That's usually how I get in those really bad movies.
Yeah, you watch so many bad movies. It's astonishing.
It's almost like I'm trying to make a career out of it. Sorry. And then the last bit of news we have here is MGM, Amazon, has finally acquired the full rights of James Bond, which means they can now make a movie at any time without anyone stopping them. This is what was preventing from having a new James Bond by now.
It's been a while. It's been a long
Since
while.
No Time to Die, right?
Uh-huh.
And they are free to make video games, which everyone knows GoldenEye,
Yes.
right? It's time. Amazon's got the money. They can pump that out. They got their own games program.
They just remake it, honestly.
Yeah. And then they also can do like books, and they can do board games. Basically, they have full control of this guy.
We're going to see a lot of Bond stuff, so strap in.
So Jeff Bezos decides that he's going to tweet, who do you want James Bond to be?
I stand by Idris Elba.
So Idris is on there.
Yes.
Lots of people going for Idris.
Good.
A lot of people going for Tom Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
Yeah,
Oh, Loki. That is a good choice.
That was a weird idea they floated by. But the most popular one is still Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it. Give him his Warhammer and his James Bond movie. This guy is living like a king.
He could do it. He could totally be Bond.
Have you seen the audition?
No.
It's online.
Oh, I should look it up.
He auditioned to play Bond back, during the time when Daniel Craig started.
Dang, he was so young.
Yeah, he's young.
I can't deny I am real attached to the Idris Elba idea, but Henry Cavill's phenomenal.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We don't have to stop there. Remember, he's 007. There's
could be
other
others.
00s,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
Well, on top of making a movie, because you know they're going to make a movie,
Of course.
they're making an expanded universe.
Finally.
Think MCU,
Finally.
but James Bond.
I'm into this.
So there's room for actually everybody to be a 00.
Yeah,
They just won't be 007.
I'm more into this than I was the idea of the expanded universe for John Wick.
Yeah, that's not working out, is it?
No, apparently when John Wick isn't attached to it, no one really cares.
It's not as fun. Also, you need that director there. You need the choreographer.
Also, he's the selling point, not the world of the assassin.
Yeah.
What, Lawrence Fishburne with his birds? That's what's bringing people in.
It was obviously Common.
I forgot he was in that one. He's in the coolest things.
He is, but he dies in it.
He always.
And it's like, stop killing Common. I want him to stick around for a little bit.
He's a good actor.
He's a really good actor. I am excited for James Bond. And this would be a fun way to branch out. And I want a more mature and serious James Bond.
How do we get more mature and serious than what Daniel Craig did? I'm on the opposite end. I want to get some of that goof back in here. I want the suit underneath the wetsuit, you know? My James Bond was Sean Connery.
How?
Old Sean Connery.
How?
That was just the ones we watched.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, it's box office trolls.
And box office trolls. Did anything cool happen this week?
Captain America Brave New World is still number one. It was number one last week. It
Woohoo.
did see a severe drop.
Yes, that is to be expected.
It is a 68.3% drop.
But it is still number one.
Yes, it is. Number two, The Monkey.
Good for them. And it looks fun. I heard it's both funny and scary, which is like a hard combo to do. Well.
Okay. Number three, Paddington in Peru.
Wow, I forgot this movie existed.
It's the fact that he's in Peru.
He's from Peru.
But why didn't you just call it Paddington 3?
Because he's going back home.
So then Paddington goes home.
But no, people like...
Wait, Paddington Homecoming.
I don't know enough about Paddington to really care.
Well, he's a British kid's story, isn't he?
I just know he comes from Peru.
That's the weirdest thing to know about this bear.
It's because I saw a clip somewhere of someone being like, why is he going to Peru? And it's like, real Paddington fans knows he's from Peru.
Okay. Number four, Dogman.
Good for them.
Number five, Ni Ja 2?
Yeah. I think it's an animated movie that just came out. It's got, like, great praise. People are loving it. If it's not that movie, there's some animated movie that just came out. Yeah, it's this one.
After the catastrophe, although What?
After the catastrophe, although the souls of Neza and Aobing were saved, their bodies would soon be shattered. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, good for them. I've heard good things.
Number 6, Hard Eyes.
Okay, that one's gonna drop way more as we get further and further away from Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it already saw a negative 72.7 drop. That's pretty severe.
Woof.
But only 3 weeks in, so it's doing better than Cap, technically.
Yeah.
7. Why? Hi. Chafava?
What is that?
I have no clue.
Definitely
It's Bollywood.
Bollywood, yeah.
It's Bollywood. Number 8, Mufasa, the Lion King.
Boo.
Number 9, The Unbreakable Boy, who could not break the box office. And number 10, One of Them Days.
Sure.
Have you seen the trailer for One of Them Days?
No, I have no idea what it's about.
I didn't really listen to it. I was just watching the images go by. Mm-hmm. But it's about, like, basically 2 black girls who just have a terrible day and, like, everything goes wrong.
Dang. Sounds fun, actually.
It's more like...
Like a classic comedy.
Yes, it was very much in that style. Mm-hmm. But I want to say, like, Pineapple Express without the drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just a wackadoo. They're doing things.
Things happen because comedy.
And, well, once I saw that, I was like, oh... I'm very interested in seeing that.
Yeah, once it hits
because it's
streaming.
been a long time since I've seen that type of format.
Especially with, like, some younger actors, similar to what I was saying. No, I'm sorry, Will Ferrell. I don't think you're funny anymore.
Did you ever think he was funny?
Yeah. During some of his SNL skits.
Oh, man.
More cowbell.
I really like Will Ferrell. I don't think he fell off the deep end. I just think they kept using the same old jokes and tropes that you just can't. It doesn't work. It's not a one-trick pony making movies, especially a decade long.
You know who's doing great at it, though? Danny McBride. He's always funny.
Yeah, but he hasn't been... If you see his earlier stuff, he's not as funny as he is now.
No.
He matured into this guy.
You are right. You are right about that.
Yeah. And how long is the difference between Eastbound and Down and The Righteous Gemstones?
I don't know.
It's
That's a while.
almost like 15 years, dude.
Woof.
Think about that. He has to sit there and rebuild that character.
Yeah.
Change his accent.
Get back into it.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
He's really good, though. So, we saw Captain America, Brave New World.
We did.
What did you think?
Are we going to tackle spoilers in this one?
Sure.
Okay, so if you want to avoid spoilers, sorry.
Okay.
It was fine. It was the most movie-ass movie I've seen in a while.
Yes, it was very flavored of movie.
Yes.
It's 2 hours of just movie. It starts. It has some beats.
Yes.
You have some cool moments. They hit that weird moment where it's the darkness of the heart.
Yeah.
And then it concludes with a cool battle.
And
then it concludes with him fighting the Red Hulk.
Yeah. It was weird.
He achieved world peace after what he did at Tiamat, which they're calling some weird island thing.
Celestial Island.
Or inlet, or yeah.
Something like that.
And then he has to fight the Red Hulk. And then I'm like, isn't world peace a
like,
cooler thing
than Red Hulk?
Yeah. There's that cool shot where he's in front of Tiamat, in front of the 2 armies, and he's holding his shield floating in the air. That's your your shot.
When we got there, I was like, "This must be the finale, right?"
Yeah.
And I'm so confused because I keep seeing shots of Red Hulk and there's like cherry blossoms.
Yep.
So when do we get? There's no cherry blossoms here in the middle of the ocean. It was weird. All of the Red Hulk. Also, I know if you don't watch movies, having 2 people describe a movie as being a movie probably sounds very redundant.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't change your shape. The MCU at all. It really didn't.
I guess run of the mill is what I would call it.
It's just, you want to see a superhero movie and just not think. They'll just do all the heavy lifting for you in exposition.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
They sure do. They over-explain things at times, I would say.
Yeah, but then they under-explain things as well.
I know.
Like, okay, the treaty.
Yes.
Ross is obsessed with this treaty.
It's a cornerstone of like the whole conflict.
Of the whole movie.
Yes.
What is the treaty?
Everyone in the world gets adamantium.
Yeah, but when did he say that?
once in the beginning.
Did he?
Before the assassination attempt.
When he's in his house, right? The White House?
Yeah, and he's doing his little present thing.
He's floating the idea by them.
Yeah, as he's starting to explain that's when the attempt happened. It interrupted it.
Yes.
So
the whole movie, I'm sitting there going, why is he obsessed with this treaty?
Also, it took us so long just to get to that part.
Yes.
Where Isaiah got wrongfully arrested.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are we doing with our screen? Like, I know we got to set up some characters and stuff, but where's our inciting incident?
That was it.
And it takes ages to get, like 15 minutes, I would say, at least.
Which is weird. The opening scene introduces us to a new villain.
Sidewinder, who's so cool. Oh,
their little junkyard fight was pretty awesome.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
He's so good. I would love him to be Magneto. I know he won't be.
He's Sidewinder. It's over.
I can dream.
I could tell Sidewinder was supposed to be in there a lot more.
Mm-hmm. It feels like 3 different scripts that got chopped up and stitched together.
Well, you're not too wrong from that. The film was made a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And then they started just hacking it up. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the things they did was take out a lot of that Sidewinder stuff. Because that was a B-plot that was running through. And basically it was Cap and Falcon hunting down like an arms trader, basically.
Yeah.
That sounds like something they would do.
Sounds like something Cap would totally be up to.
Yeah. And then, like, when they have him captured and he needs to get information, the way they talk to each other, it's like they've known each other for a while.
It feels too casual for having just arrested this man.
I mean, they just tried to almost kill each other, and then they're like buddies. It's weird, and I think that's because they hacked that stuff out.
There's the stuff with the Celestial Island thing.
Yes.
Which is probably them reacting to people being like, hey, this giant thing has been in the ocean for years now, and we still haven't addressed it in a movie. And so I wonder if they're like, all right, and have it be this instead, to like do that, so people will stop complaining about it.
I guess it's a clever way to introduce adamantium to the MCU because it would be a foreign object, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
It makes sense.
Because they didn't have the rights to do it from the get-go, along with mutants. Why did we wait this long? This movie has things from other MCU films that just didn't finish. Why did we stuff it into Cap?
I don't know. Cap deserves better.
You should have shoved it into a TV show.
But what's worse is, and all the Red Hulk stuff especially feels so tacked on.
It is. It definitely is.
That was not supposed to be a part of this movie.
I think Red Hulk was supposed to fight the Thunderbolts.
I agree.
And now it makes me scared. What's in the Thunderbolts?
I don't know.
It's just Bucky's butt.
Yeah. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, baby. No, like, all the Red Hulk stuff, I don't know why they decided to throw it in here.
As a little boy, I always wanted to see the Red Hulk. Because, honestly, since Ang Lee's Hulk, I was like, this is where we go, right? He has to fight Thaddeus.
Yeah, Thaddeus has always been there. Even in the Ang Lee Hulk.
He's always
played
hunting.
By Sam Elliott.
Yes. He's always hunting Banner. That's his thing. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, the MCU has now broken those two characters. They don't know what to do with either of them either because they're supposed to be together. It's like making a Joker movie without Batman. It's not going to work.
This is, by all means, a Hulk movie. But they forgot to get the Hulk. It's Captain America. For some reason.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So the Thinker.
Yeah.
He was introduced to us 17 years ago.
Yeah. I didn't know he was the actor.
Or 15? It's been some time.
I don't recognize the actor's, name, but I know him. Mm-hmm. And so when he was, revealed and we saw his face, I open mouth was like, oh my god. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's that guy.
And he's in The Incredible Hulk.
He's in Holes. One of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah, he's the handler, ranch hand.
Yeah. He's
outfitter, regulator.
He's like the one of the two
fashioneer.
He's one of the two guys in charge of running the camp. No, him and Mr. Sir.
Enforcer.
I don't remember his name though.
Okay. There is a scene that bothers me a lot with Captain America. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Cap hands those pills to a soldier that he trusts.
Yeah.
That soldier is in a training sequence or training
Facility ground area
operation.
Yeah.
Well, we can't keep playing this game.
Not knowing words.
Yeah.
This is our job, to know words and use them.
Yeah, he's training for combat. He's in a training facility. He gets the phone call. He pulls out, right, because he's got to take care of his phone call. I don't know how high ranking he is, but he is friends with Cap, so I'm going to guess he's pretty high.
I guess.
We don't know that this is a training thing until we see the side of a building that says training course.
Yes.
He takes the phone call. The guy on the other line goes, hey, this is bad. These pills are just gamma. You, at this point, watching the President Ross.
You definitely know this by now.
Slurping down these things like they're Xanaxes. Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, okay, so this is how we're going to turn him into the Red Hulk. Then the Thinker shows up. And the Thinker kills him.
Yes.
The Thinker showed up on a active, in the broad daylight,
he's just
military base.
there. Also,
That guy got that information to tell us as the audience that the president's being poisoned with gamma, which tells us he can turn into a Hulk, right?
yes.
And then the Thinker kills him. That's the whole thing. That has to be a reshot.
100%.
It doesn't look like the rest of the film.
Because, and here's another thing, I was thinking about this. How the hell is the Thinker getting around? Like, he starts in, like, wherever Echo was. It was in, like, Montana or something.
Yeah.
And then he goes to their military training base. And then he goes to Washington.
Yeah.
How is he getting across the country?
There's got to be a lot more story, the original story, where he is the actual villain. And it's about Cap trying to stop him from mind control.
Yeah.
In which I would guess Ross would be in there, and it would be the mind control of Ross to create the World War over Tiamat, the Adamantium. And that was the actual story, because what is the name of the original film?
I don't remember.
New World Order.
Right. Yeah, Brave New World does not make sense.
No, and I can see why they changed the name, because they got rid of that plot.
Also, like, a mind control plot, maybe some people would say it'd be derivative, because we've done that a lot with Captain America. But also, yeah, that's kind of the plot he deals with.
He's just a dude. Like,
It's
he's
not,
up.
It's not even Hydra.
No.
Like, it's just Thunderbolt had this random guy imprisoned who can mind control people.
I was thinking about that. The Thinker, why did Banner not turn around at one point and be like, oh yeah, I left him back there?
I have no idea. It was clunky. The whole thing was very clunky.
Yes.
Not a lot of great dialogue.
No.
Every, like, character just talking to each other scene felt unscripted, which does mean it feels more natural, but also means we don't get very memorable one-liners.
No, we don't. I will say this. Anthony Mackie's portrayal of Sam Wilson, taking on the Shield, doing the stunts.
Yes.
He has some really cool moves. He gets really emotional at the end there.
He does.
It was great.
And that's the thing.
The kid, Joaquin, he did great. He's a fun Falcon.
He's a fun character.
And he's got room to grow.
I was nervous, but I really liked him.
Yep.
I can't wait to see more of him.
Isaiah
made me cry.
I was happy to see him come back from Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I love that this movie is very much tied to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
We get Bucky.
We do. Bucky was there.
Who's a congressman?
Yeah, that was confusing.
I'm very confused.
We got Ruth. I liked Ruth.
Yep.
She was fun.
A new widow.
Yep. So there's good things here.
Yes.
It's just watered down. And a lot of old men talking to each other.
Yes. Him fighting the Red Hulk, I was like, this is obviously going to go very bad. No matter how many cool gadgets he has, it's got to go horribly. That was the one thing I did not predict. Was that at the beginning, Sam shows us that if he gets hit too hard with his wings, he can emit a pulse the same as the hits being given to him. So he can return, right? He uses that technology to hit the Red Hulk back.
He also talked him down out of Red Hulk phase.
Yes.
Which I was confused because I was like, oh, because we just had a scene before where Betty called him and she's like, yeah, I'll come by. And it's like, oh, so she'll show up and she'll talk him down and that'll be what it is. But no, it was like we do this big fight and then they wake up from the rubble and then he just talks him and he's like, hey, don't do this, man. And then we get too much of Harrison Ford's naked body.
It's frightening. His body is just, I didn't need to see that.
Between this and Indiana Jones. Like, keep your shirt on.
Yeah, but he's getting worse.
He is. He's
it's
old.
It's like, dude, eat something. Like, seriously, eat something. I can see the veins in his bicep when he was pretending to work out. I was like, oh, you're geriatric. Was Cap good? It's okay.
Yes.
I would give it a 3 out of 5. It's a solid 3 out of 5. There's more to complain about than to like, but it's not the worst out there. You can watch it.
I loved the message at the end, especially. The idea of, like, feeling like you'll never live up to those that you are following in the place of.
Yes.
And that should have been more prominent, I think.
Yeah. I wish it was a good movie. I'm really upset that Marvel decided to crap this out.
Yes.
Especially when, the first Cap, not that great. Second Cap, probably one of the most beloved MCU films ever made.
Can't deny that.
Third Cap is just straight up an Avengers film.
It is. It is a hard act to follow.
It is, but I wanted this one to be unique and on its own and stand for something. And it's unique and it's on its own, but in the corner.
Yeah. My final verdict, just watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you'll have a better experience.
That one gave me everything I wanted from this movie.
Yes. Now, we watched Sonic 3 finally.
We did! Oh, we did! Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved every single thing about it. There's no bad things. What do you think?
So I'll be honest, I'm not a Sonic fan. I don't know much about him. I don't dislike the guy. I just never played his games. And I never really got into, like, the TV shows or anything like that. So watching these movies, I'm just kind of learning about him. But also, the good movies. They are good movies.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed learning about Dr. Robotnik to Knuckles to Wade Whipple.
The best character.
Yes,
Wade
who
Whipple.
shows up only one time in this movie.
It's so weird.
And I'm like, you made a whole show about him.
I'm amazed that he was even in it.
I was glad. He had to be in it.
Yes.
Now I got to go back and watch the others just to see Wade Whipple. And then Shadow.
Yes. Gotta learn a lot about Shadow.
Shadow's pretty cool.
Shadow is cool. God, his backstory.
I know.
I
did not expect that.
I have wanted to tell you about his backstory for so long, but I knew we were coming to this. I can't just spoil Maria.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it. So sad. I did not cry. I knew it was coming, but I loved it.
I didn't cry either. He looked so cool when him and Sonic went super together. I was just like, oh, yes. I feel so bad for the Robotniks.
Oh, and Live and Learn started to play?
Yep.
Oh my god, it was like a dream. I can't believe, as a Sonic fan, that these movies exist and that they're this faithful. Amazing. I liked Gerald. I think Jim Carrey did a great job as both Ivo and Gerald. It was fun.
It was weird.
You could tell he loves acting against himself. He loves being multiple characters.
Well, Ben Schwartz, who voices Sonic, said in a podcast that I was listening to that Jim would do a bunch of scenes as the character, and then they would play them back for him, and then he'd be like, I want that one, and I want that one. And so he knew how to counter and what he's countering for.
That's smart.
But yeah, he knew he was playing against himself, but he was picking and choosing how to do it. Which, he's a nut job. He's a phenomenal actor. Let him do his thing. He's got an idea.
I think he'll be back. He's died, quote unquote died, at the end of all 3 movies and comes back every time.
And he literally, as an actor, keeps coming back. And you're like, what? I thought you lock yourself in a mansion and make oil paintings.
He does that too.
Yeah, I know. That's all I just imagine him doing until someone goes, Sonic 4, and he just puts on the mustache.
And he's like, I'm ready. My favorite part And this, I expected it to happen because, of course, it's part of Shadow's story. The eclipse cannon was great, and they blew up the moon. They didn't blow it up. They cut off a piece of the moon. They attacked the moon, and oh my god, it looked right. The moon base looked right. Oh my god, it was great, phenomenal. It made me so excited. And they had the crab, which was a clever reference to crab meat. I liked that. Crab meat is one of the enemies in Sonic. Often a henchman of Robotnik.
He's that big?
No, God no.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like Sonic. I would give it, again, a 3 out of 5.
I enjoyed it a lot. I would rank it 5 out of 5.
I want to know, why are you getting Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves to voice these characters when they're barely talking or in it?
Because they love voicing the characters. Have you seen the behind-the-scenes stuff? Idris loves being.
I know. You've told me about his Hulk fists.
Yeah. Keanu has only had glowing things to say about playing Shadow.
It's just, I don't know. It kind of seems like a casting director's wet dream.
Yes.
We're like, Keanu, I know you're really busy beating up bad guys in real life, but you want to voice a cartoon character for me?
And he's like, hell yes, I do.
Well, actually, I know he's actually a really nice guy. But Idris Elba, and what is it in the budget? They must be taking a cut.
Like I said, I'm amazed these movies are real.
Or they're taking a percentage of the gross profit.
Maybe.
Because I feel like these guys, they're stars.
Yeah, between them and Jim Carrey.
And then you got Ben Schwartz. Sorry, Ben.
Ben Schwartz is definitely a glowing example of the budget from the first film.
Yes, because it all went to Jim.
Yes.
And the thing is, Ben Schwartz, he's an improv actor.
Yeah.
That's what he does professionally.
But he's a good job. He loves being Sonic.
Yep.
Talks about it all the time.
Yep.
I'm jazzed. I can't wait for the 4th one with Amy and the Metal Sonics.
What is it, 2027 they said?
Yeah, something like that. Whatever is Disney's next big attempt at a movie, it'll be there to thwart them.
No. Oh, there's another movie that they're going after. I think it was Avengers.
Sonic.
That would be crazy if Sonic could take down something that big.
I believe it.
That would make me reconsider some video game ranking video I made. So, Reacher Season 3.
Yep.
We've expressed that we are fans of Reacher on Amazon. It's a TV show. The first 3 episodes came out last week. New episode already.
Yes.
This is too cool.
It's good. It's really different.
Oh, man.
Watching Reacher try to do espionage is hilarious.
Oh, he sucks at it.
So bad.
This guy, every time they're like, come on, get in the car. We got no time. And he's like, I have to go pee.
And then he runs away for like 20 minutes.
He's popping out windows, running around the back.
He ran down to like a shoreline.
Yeah, he takes off all his clothes, then just swims in the cold ocean to pop up in like a forest somewhere. And then on his way to get back, he just goes back the same way.
He kills a guy, and then it's like, dang, I gotta get that. Then he does the swim adventure to clean up the mess, and then he gets there, and then he just kills 2 more guys. And it's like, this is even more of a problem now.
And he just hides their bodies in containers.
Yeah, it's super good.
It is.
I'm loving it.
He basically, the point of the story is Reacher finds out that there's a father and a son who are being manipulated and basically emotionally tortured by this very evil madman.
Yeah, some trade war thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they've revealed exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, I think it's something human related.
Probably.
And Reacher is there to save them, but he can't let them know that he's working with the cops to do this.
You have to watch the first 2 episodes at least, because the first episode feels rushed until you get to the very end.
I'd say the first episode, that ending, that made me go, I'm watching the rest of this.
It made me like, it's like, oh, I'm locked in. Yeah. I see what you're doing.
It flips the coin on you and you're like, oh, this is too cool. So yeah, Reacher, awesome, loved it, great. Dragon Ball Daima.
It's almost over. I'm sad.
Last episode this week. I'm not sad. I got to see my boy again.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who got a redesign.
Slightly different.
His fur ends on his forearms, almost like he has sleeves. Mm-hmm. And then his forearms and his hands grow bigger.
Yeah, more apish.
More like a monkey, because remember, he is a monkey. Mm-hmm. And they got rid of his eyeliner.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll add that back in. Sometimes when they do a Blu-ray version, they'll, like, retouch up things like that.
Why? It's already in 4K.
I guess fair.
Why are you painting over that?
I'm bummed because it's going to be over. And I've been really enjoying Diana. It's been a fun adventure.
I can't believe you thought Glorio was going to make a bad wish.
I didn't expect it. The dog woke up. I didn't expect it, but then the episode was titled Betrayal, and I was worried.
Yeah, he betrays her to save his friends. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they became adults, and they're still struggling with this guy. How long have we been fighting him? 5 episodes?
It's been a good couple of episodes. Well,
Goma?
now they're doing it one at a time because they're adults now.
Yeah. Well, no, because someone's stubborn, and they both want to fight him at the same time.
I love how in love with Bulma he is.
Vegeta.
It's adorable.
Oh, Super Saiyan 3 adult Vegeta.
Yes.
The only difference in his design that I could see from the fan one, the one that's been introduced to like fighting games and everything, he doesn't have that one big bang.
Which makes sense. Vegeta would have.
He never really had that bang, yeah.
He's a troll doll through and through.
Yeah, only Vegito has that. He has 2 bangs.
Yes.
But that's because of Goku, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is really strong.
Yeah.
But he wasted a lot of his energy there.
He did.
Because he's so cocky and he wants to toy and play with this guy.
That's always Vegeta's problem.
But the thing is, Goku would have done it too.
Yeah. Goku would have given him a sensu bean. That
yes.
bastard.
Still, he could get up and fight him again.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta love Goku. But yeah, this is gonna be the end.
Yeah. Damn. We should. Dang. We should watch more.
And then my recommendation for this week for television. If you're looking for a new show, you want it to be funny and lighthearted, something better than comedy-wise, better than a lot of what's going on in television right now. Because we're watching Abbott Elementary. It's fine.
I think it ended. I think we watched the final episode.
That was it?
I think so.
How lackluster. They won.
I know.
That sucks. I wanted them to fail.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that seemed kind of finale-ish to me.
I feel like it's still got a few more episodes. Anyways, I'm talking about Going Dutch.
Yes.
Terrible title.
You've probably not even seen any advertisements
if
for it.
If you saw the advertisement for it, you would have saw heads sticking out of corn.
Mm-hmm. I think it's tulips.
Is it tulip?
It's just because of how
tulips.
Because of how it's framed, it doesn't look like anything.
No, it doesn't. And it's actually a comedy about a disgraced war general.
Yeah.
Who has to go to this European U.S. military base to get them in shape. The thing is, the base, they've become very lackadaisical and artistic.
Yes, they don't do a lot of war stuff.
Nope.
It's surprisingly super funny.
Yes.
What's his name?
Dennis
Leary?
Yeah, Dennis Leary.
Is the main actor. He does a great job.
Yep.
Daniel Putty.
Yep.
Is in it as well.
He's really good. Those two just together.
Mm-hmm. It's just the timing's good. It's snappy.
Yeah.
It's funny, clever.
It's the kids they have to act against because they're the oldest ones there. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, and just like the insults.
And it's well done. It's simple, small things. Like in episode 1, they enter like their barracks, and it's just like an arcade room, and everyone is lazily playing games.
Yep.
And one of them like sighs and looks over, and there's a character like playing pool, and he just totally like
missed it.
And he goes, "Oh shit!" It's just subtle things. It's really funny.
It is. It's a really good show. I was able to binge what was available to me in one day because I was having that much fun, and I continue to plan on rewatching it. This is my new Fletch.
Yeah.
If you remember Fletch.
Better name than Fletch. Also better show already.
I liked Fletch.
I know you did.
In Fletch season 2.
I don't know why you don't want to watch My Name is Earl. It's because My Name is Earl is just Fletch, but more.
It got canceled. It doesn't end.
It doesn't, and I'm in hell.
Yeah, see?
Because I watched all of My Name is Earl.
I don't want to do that. I don't like watching shows that don't end because it becomes a
One
nagging
Piece
issue.
is your favorite anime.
It's my favorite shonen story. I don't really watch the anime. I should though. I should sit down. I'm waiting for the Netflix remake.
Yeah.
Because I can't not get enough of Dawn Romance.
I know.
Oh, Romance Dawn. Sorry. Yay, Arlong.
Buggy again.
Yeah. Maybe they'll put Django in there this time.
That'd
they
be cool.
should. Flush out the other characters that didn't make the live action.
Yeah, but I understand with their limited time. Similar to like we were saying with Last of Us. Like, they didn't know if they were going to get anything more.
Yeah.
Might as well keep it packed up.
Yeah. I would want that. Mm-hmm. So, it's Pokemon Week.
Yes.
So, Pokemon news will happen on the day this drops.
Yes.
I didn't want to hold back and do this on a Thursday. Mm-hmm. I was like, we've got enough content here to do an episode.
Yeah, we're already over an hour.
Yeah, and then we're going to do next week's, of course, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when we're going to obviously talk about Pokemon and what happened. Yes. It's not going to be really news, but we're going to break down what our thoughts are on it.
And if you want, if you get to this soon enough, leave your predictions of when you think Pokemon might announce.
Well, I was going to ask you, what are your predictions?
Because
we'll know the answers already.
Obviously, they're going to do, like, updates for all their apps and stuff.
Yes.
Ignoring that, I can tell you what I want. I would love to see a new spin-off game, whether it's like Snap, Coliseum, Mr.
What about
Dungeon.
Legends? It is a spin-off.
Technically, yes. But I mean one that, you know what I mean. Yeah. One that's like not the regular. Or something new, different that we haven't even gotten yet. More just spin-offs in general.
Yeah.
What are you predicting?
I want a new movie.
I do too.
The last movie they made was Secrets of the Jungle, which...
ages ago.
Fun fact, that was supposed to be my first film review back in the day.
Yeah, it
and
never
the
would have worked.
Footage did not work.
No. Also, Pokemon hates it when you use its footage.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a while since they've done a movie. They've got the show. We've caught up on the show in America.
We did.
That was fun.
It was.
Season 2 of Horizons.
Yeah.
If you're interested and you didn't want to watch Season 1, that's fine, but you're missing out.
You are.
Season 2 seems to be just the story of Scarlet and Violet.
At least this first part so far.
Well, they're going on the adventure. They're doing it. Mm-hmm. We're meeting characters from the game.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to locations.
They got the Scarlet book.
Yep. So, they are in Scarlet version.
Yeah.
Which, they should do a movie. I'm telling you, do the movie. Violet version.
Yeah, it's like a weird, like, Elseworld scenario. Yep. That would be fun.
Yeah, where Roy is actually good at being Pokemon trainer.
God, he's bad. Yeah, he's won, like, one fight.
He won. I still lost. Godzilla, it's out now if you haven't seen it. It's the 1998 one. It is considered a failure in many, many reasons, to the point where it's been dejected so bad.
Yeah.
I could have probably threw just full-on, like, 10-minute clips on there.
Yeah.
And Sony wouldn't have cared.
Absolutely.
They did not care. I literally, like, when I put up Disney movies, right, for film reviews, they're like, bam!
Copyright
For that, copyright. Is that the Pirates theme song? Copyright for that. And here, Sony was just like, yeah, you could just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
No copyright claim, no, like, maybe you used something.
Nothing.
No one cared.
Clean.
And it was also incredibly hard to get any footage. It's on YouTube, but, like, I was looking for specific scenes to try and help illustrate what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. Not there.
Well, it's not streaming anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't stream anywhere.
We watched it because you own the DVD.
I own the Blu-ray. God, I'm not that nerdy.
Oh, you spent money on that.
You don't like the movie?
No. I would give it a 2 out of 5, personally.
Wow, I almost gave it a 5 out of 5. I talked myself down from that. Just out of like, dude, this is like the coolest Godzilla because it's so unique. It doesn't want to be like the others.
I am nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
It was my first Godzilla. But I've seen so many other much better Godzillas.
Okay.
It's hard going back to it.
Okay.
It's also slow in the middle, unfortunately.
It's too elongated. It's bloated at parts, and you're like, come on.
They should have trimmed some of those plot lines.
It's that mayor.
Yes.
That mayor. Oh my god, I hate him.
A waste of time. A waste of time.
Yep. So, what are you doing this week?
I have a video about Yang coming out.
Yay!
Yippee! My patrons voted for it.
Nice.
It's about her being a hypocrite.
Okay, cool. What I got going? Sorry, I did that tongue thing. Venom is our next review. That'll be on Tuesday.
Yeah.
This Saturday, we finish up Assassin's Creed. I already did. I got the ending there.
Nice.
And Doki is coming back. The reason why Doki got held back last week is because it's a performative thing.
Yes.
Which requires a lot more effort on my end.
Yeah.
Instead of just being an assassin.
You have to, like, read.
Yeah, read, take my time, think about what's going on. So I wanted to spend time with Doki.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, coffee break next week.
I'm excited. I can't wait for Pokemon news.
I know.
I'm so excited.
You're going to stay up all night waiting for it and then sleep in?
No, we're breaking up early. It's like Christmas Day. You wake up early.
Yeah, so it's supposed to happen at 7. The alarm is set for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Nice. Well, guys, thank you for listening. I never asked you a question. Do you have a question for them?
No. I can't think of... Maybe I'll think of something.
Okay, yeah. Well, if there's a question, there's a question. You know what? I might make the question not about this podcast, but tomorrow morning about Pokemon news.
That would be a way to do it.
And then we can use that for the next episode, if you guys help, to really just, figure out where everyone else feels about what's going on with Pokemon.
You springboard into the discussion next week.
Yeah, because obviously Pokemon's the big thing next week.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be the thumbnail, just Pikachu.
No, it's got to be cooler than that. I need to put like little tiny Pikachus within a Pikachu so it forms one giant Pikachu.
I'm pretty sure they've done that in the show.
They've been how many episodes do they have? Like over 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no point in trying anymore. They've done everything.
This is fair.
Okay, guys, thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Have a good week. Bye.